Well, I'm not really a legend, but I tell you somebody who is. Step back and look out at the landscape of music over the last century. When you see the real mountains, the true gents of the pop and rock world, well, there is one band who stand out amongst the greats. Their name is Queen, and our first guest this morning is their legendary guitarist and founder. Good morning, and welcome back to the show, Brian May.
Good morning, Zoe. It's nice to be back. Thank you for having me.
So we had a Queen mega mix earlier on. And,
I've been hearing it's nuts. You guys are nuts. It's great.
People have gone crackers for it. Very funny moment where producer Graham through the glass there was saying it's not cool for me to air guitar in front of Brian, but you wouldn't have minded, would you, Brian?
Oh, I don't mind at all.
You don't mind at all.
Fabulous.
So you are here to talk about lots of things this morning, but let's start talking about this incredible exhibition that you're doing, especially for Halloween, and it sort of involves as one of your, I guess, a hobby, a fascination, a lifelong passion that you have had. Tell me all, and our lovely listeners, all about the devilish Diableries.
Yeah, the Diableries go back to 1860. And it's the beginning, it's almost the beginning of stereoscopic photography, but it's the beginning of this strange kind of devilish culture, if you like. Now, it sounds a bit weird, but it's actually fascinating because it has many levels to it. It starts off being rather serious and dark because people actually did believe in those days that if you were a bad boy, or girl, you actually did go to hell and you got tortured and whatever, you know. So it starts off being quite serious, but it quickly transformed and metamorphosed into something else. It became humorous, so you get devils playing around, skating on ponds and swimming and stuff, you know, and doing weird things to each other, you know, but they can't hurt each other because they're dead, right?
Yes, they're already gone. Yeah, okay.
So the skeletons represent the departed souls, but then it becomes very satirical as well, and they're taking the mickey out of the establishment, you know, and the leaders of their day, much as we do today in cartoons in papers, you know.
Yeah, amazing.
You know.
Well, of course, and if we talk about the actual, what are the machines called that people used to look at these images through?
Well, it's the stereoscope. It was the age of the stereoscope, and I've brought it back into the 21st century, if you like, and we make stereoscopes now. I have a thing called the London Stereoscopic Company, which is the rebirth of the stereoscopic company which actually existed in Britain at the time, and they boasted 1 million views in their shops in London in those days. It's all kind of past history, but now it's very present because it's still relevant, this stuff. Yeah. So this is what I do. It's one of the things I do. Yeah. I publish stereoscopic books, and this is one of them, the Diableries book. And it's the first time that the complete collection of 187, I think it is, Diableries have actually been in one book. Now, I published a few years ago, and we weren't able to find all the cards. They're very rare, a lot of them. But over the years since we published, I think it's 2014, we found one of the missing cards. And 2018, finally, we found the last Diablerie. So to celebrate, we've done a new edition of the book. And this is what the exhibition is about. It's about, you know, this is what happens in the land of hell. Yeah, I mean, they're beautiful images. I'm imagining, you know, it's been a lifelong passion for you. I think it's like over 25 years for collecting all these cards and putting it all together, Brian, if I'm right. Yeah. Was it quite emotional when those last cards, you know, you found those? It really was, actually, yeah. I've lived with it most of my life, ever since I went to Portobello Road and found one of these amazing cards and looked at it for real in the stereoscope. I mean, I wish, you know, it's hard on radio to communicate what it actually is. It's even hard on TV, actually, because these things are stereoscopic, so you need the viewer to see them. But also they're wonderful things to hold because they're tissues, they're beautifully photographed and printed on tissue paper, and then they're coloured on the back. So when you hold them up to the light, all the colours come through. It's very magical, and they prick the eyes and put little coloured gels, red gels, so the eyes glow at you. Yeah. These things are really demonic. And this is before anyone we didn't have television, we didn't have Netflix. You know, this was entertainment back in the Victorian days. That's right. This was their TV and movies and internet and everything. Yeah. Well, there's an exhibition to celebrate Devilish Diableries, which is taking place at Soho's Century Club in London, Monday the 28th of October. Brian, you're going to be there. People will be able to come and get their books signed, but also there's a film that goes with this, isn't there? The Diableries film One Night in Hell, which has been put together by Jason Jameson and James Hall. That's right. You've done some special music for the film. Yeah, I went to Prague and recorded with the symphony orchestra there, and we did a special version of the 1812, which is kind of fused with We'll Rock You in a strange way. Don't know how that happened. But it's never been on radio, so if you want to play it, you will be the first. Can we play it? We'll play it for you now. Brian May. So this is One Night in Hell.
From One Night in Hell. Thank you, Brian. How good is that? How good is that? Brian May. We Will Rock You with Tchaikovsky mixed in as well. That is huge. It's dramatic, and it is taken from the film One Night in Hell. And you can see all of this going on at Soho Century Club in London.